Okay, she's pregnant, and she's alleging that the baby's father, who is inside, there was a physical altercation.
Then you heard her when you say she bust me in my face, like threatening me and stuff, and I'm pregnant.
But that window she bust.
She did all of that. Now, right here.
Rosado's
That's
got
why
that
she breathing. The window right here. Her mom is gonna lie and take her for her.
The gentleman with the gold lettering on the black shirt is the one that took your phone?
Yeah, and he told me he'll bust me in my face and all that, and I'm pregnant. How you gonna bust a girl in their face?
Okay.
She's the aggressor, and then they try to put it on other people. I'm not understanding that. Then her mother, she just took and pushed. I mean, and I'm saying, why did you push me?
Don't worry about what they're saying right now again.
What unfolded next had the police completely stunned. Watch the full episode to uncover the entire story.
Alright, let's go over to Fleming. Oh, yeah, there they all are.
You got one. Go ahead.
I copy.
This is crazy.
That was a mama.
Okay. Push me.
Keep coming in out. I already told her we was gonna bring her stuff outside. No, but she actually was trying to move in with him. This is his place, my son's place.
Yeah, we got EMS in there.
I got you.
They're alleging that, okay, she's pregnant, and she's alleging that the baby's father, who is inside, there was a physical altercation.
Then you heard her when you say she bust me in my face, like threatening me and stuff, and I'm pregnant.
Okay. The gentleman with the gold lettering on the black shirt is the one that took your phone?
Yeah, and he told me he'll bust me in my face and all that, and I'm pregnant. How you gonna bust a girl in their face?
Okay. They're alleging that this gentleman over here took her phone, and they said they've got video of it saying that. And that's what I'm trying to find. Where in this video they said the recording is saying that he did in fact say, what you gonna do?
I thought you had a video saying that he took the phone.
That's what I'm trying to find. Okay, where is it at? How long is this video and where is it at?
It's like when I first came and they started getting outraged, I started recording. I was backing up because she had a blood.
Let me see,
Okay. Oh, you got blood all over you. Once you touch this, I ain't gonna be able to touch it.
Is
see if you got more videos.
Okay, can you find the spot where it says that for me? Can you do that for me?
Is there 1095? Because dispatch heard 1095.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, I got you, because they heard Rosado say 1095.
No, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Dispatch.
I know. I just wanted to make sure.
Human, but truly screw up requires them.
Yeah, no, I wanted to make sure. All right.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, cool. All right, we're going to be over here.
And told me what was going on. So I came over here to talk to my son to find out what was going on.
Right.
And I was trying to see, I was trying to see where, that's my son in there. That's my husband right there. We just came over here.
Okay.
So when we came, we was trying to see where my son was at because he called me 8 o'clock this morning saying he just had got off from work or whatever. Her daughter cut his shoes up. That's how all of this started, okay? Her daughter cut the shoes up.
Which is the pregnant one.
Her. Yeah. So my mama called me and told me they had an argument or whatever they was doing. I said, well, I'm going to come over here to see what's going on. He was outside, going out the door. So I was trying to come out the door to see what was going on. She took, this is what she did to me, the mama. I didn't put my hands on her or anything. This is what she did. She said, she pushed me out. She was shoving me out the way, just push me.
Right.
And I was like, why are you touching me? Why did you push me? I didn't do anything to you. You don't even know me, so why are you putting your hands on me?
Right.
The video is going to show that. She's incriminating herself and she is incriminating her daughter. The video should show where she was the aggressor, running up on him, trying to fight him. and bust out that window. She did all of that. Now, right here.
Rosado's got
That's
that
why
eye
she
condition
breathing.
here.
The window right here. Her mom is going to lie and take her for her, but it's going to show in the video where she was the aggressor. See, no, it's in here, man. Yeah, it's in the house.
You can see it from right here.
See, she bust the window out, and I'm like, and I keep saying, I don't know. Listen, they always have their altercations as far as arguments. I never met her a day in my life. So if I would have,
that's when she was running towards us.
because I came out running too. If I would have just initially
After she bust the
started
window
swinging
out.
on her because she pushed me, then it would have been another issue out here. You understand? I came over here to de-escalate.
But the
to see
video
what was
didn't
going
actually
on.
capture her breaking the window at all? Okay. Alright, so did you
She bust all of it.
witness
She
her
bust
bust
the
the
window out and
Yeah, I
did all of this
Okay,
stuff.
can you describe how she did so?
She ran. Look, she ran in.
Ran in there and busted your window.
Are you injured anywhere?
Look, yeah, show him.
Oh, okay.
Show him what she did.
Finger too, but that scissors so that
Show him your
your
finger.
finger.
She's the aggressor, and then they try to put it on other people. I'm not understanding that. Then her mother, she just took and pushed. I mean, and I'm saying, why did you push me?
Don't worry about what they're saying right now. Again, we're going to try to get
It's crazy. He just need to stay away from her and leave her alone.
Seems like a fun one.
I was running the A&B to...
And you just so happen to be in the area. We were at Whole Foods catching a 38 when we heard the Rosado on the radio, and we got up here.
Yeah,
You know, going 1018 in a big old van is fun.
it is fun.
Oh, dude, those things are awesome.
De-escalate the situation or whatever. And then when I came,
We haven't have any video on camera.
Negative 10 miles.
Oh, no, they just
don't see it.
I had my purse in my hand and my phone was in my hand, so I couldn't initially act the way I wanted to act.
We'll get her with the EMS, get them treat her, and then
Yeah, he's got some scratches up here. I don't know if he wants to see them, but we'll find out. She needs to get treated first.
yeah, we need to get that taken care of.
Yeah,
She's pregnant, and that's a significant amount of blood.
yeah. Has she lost any more?
But if I would have initially react against the way that she attacked me, then it would be two altercations out here.
Okay, I got
You follow what I'm
Okay, so
saying?
then after that,
She
what
didn't have
happened?
any business putting her hands on me. She don't know me. I don't know her.
Okay, so after that, what
Protective
happened?
Then we came outside because they was already outside.
Negative. Okay.
All right.
She was out
Hey,
there.
take Lewis
Everybody
with
was
you for
outside.
training.
Okay. Everybody was outside, so that's when I kept asking her, "Why did you hit me? What was your reason for touching me?"
They're doing a
I don't know.
protective sweep.
Why did you do it? Why
All right.
did you put your hands on me? I wouldn't let him do anything to her. That's what I kept saying to her.
Let me see your neck, bro.
I don't approve of physical.
Anywhere else, my man?
I don't.
You can press charges if you want to. You know that, right?
I
Yeah.
said,
Let's sit here for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, my shoes and that something.
anything to her. And then she said, long story short, I told my son,
My shoes in her trunk. My shoes in her trunk. Her mama cup.
What kind of shoes?
They look like this.
so there's always issues among them two.
They look like this.
But they're
Great.
green.
They great. They right in the trunk. They hide.
I got you. I got you.
Position on her. But the way that they're acting, they do these things. Is her daughter ran back up, came in.
He on a red car. She slammed on the red car. That's what
Then
it
she
was.
started attacking him. And then they call you all and act
Do me a
like the
favor.
victim.
Yo.
Go in my car and get my phone because I need.
You
to take some
understand what I'm
photos.
saying?
It's gonna be on the pocket. Yeah.
Trying to pull your
They
car
call you
around?
all and
Yeah,
act like
please.
the victim when initially she was so friendly.
Corporal. Domestic with injuries. Pretty much it.
Are both parties still on scene?
Yes. Where they're still trying to determine primary aggressor.
So who's primary?
Rosado.
Why is your rookie not taking them?
Because we just showed up on scene.
No, but she needs experience.
This is her third. This would be her third 28 with 30s then in the past week. So we'll get it. Just why can't you look? Let me train. Damn it.
She the one called me over here.
Do you have the key?
I don't know why that girl charged at him like that.
And then they're gonna leave him.
Negative. Neither Lewis or I do. Doing a protective sweep with Yusuf.
She's with somebody though?
Show that
Yes,
evidence.
with Yusuf.
Show the evidence.
I already saw what he told me.
Okay.
And then he came in the room. I said, "But y'all need to don't y'all do nothing."
I just got out of work. I'm working hard.
Which car?
That red car, that's your mama car. They trying to hide it from y'all. It's right in the trunk. My brand new shoe,
They
$250 shoe.
popped open the trunk without anybody asking, so the trunk is open right now.
Cool, let's take a look. Could y'all come in here with me? One of y'all come in here with me so I can see it then? So I can show y'all? This is strap right here. She cut up my shoe.
Where are the scissors she used?
They should be somewhere around here. My blood from her stabbing is gonna be on me. Or she might got that too.
Oh, she stabbed you?
Where did she stab you at?
Oh, in your hand.
Okay. So just put the strap down on the chair right now. All right, you want to step outside with us right quick, sir? Come on. All right.
Where the cut up shoes at?
She must be not doing something. They ain't in that car.
All right. So we'll figure out the shoes later. Right now, that's small potatoes. So.
Let's charge her. But she done did this more than one time.
This ongoing. This is ongoing. That's why I told him to leave them alone.
How long has stuff
This
like this
is
been going on?
ongoing, ma'am.
He told me they only been together 6 months.
But this still, that's why I told him, I say leave them alone, leave her alone.
Yeah.
Because I told him, leave her alone, because y'all can't get along. Just leave it alone. Don't bother her anymore. Every time you look around, they're getting back together.
Year,
This and
2
that.
months?
They're getting
What's
back
going on?
together. They're getting
2
back
months?
together. Leave her alone.
How long is y'all's relationship
What's the problem?
going on?
Then, like I
2
said,
months.
I
Oh,
don't
so
know
it's
this
fairly
lady.
new.
But guess what?
You
I'm
all
gonna
have a
press
kid
charges on
together or
her
anything like that?
Because she had no business touching me.
Oh, with your child?
She
You wasting your time. You ain't got no proof for that.
Why don't she touch me? The video showed me. The video is the proof of me keep telling her why she put her hands on me. They saw that video. The video is the proof.
Ladies.
She's done 3 domestics. We got too many officers on scene.
I got you.
We got too much going on. So why don't you guys clear up, just in case something comes out that she hasn't been.
No, 10 for her. We were standing by until we got supervisors on scene or whatnot.
No, I understand. It's just there's too much going on, too many people talked in, and I don't think Rosado, if he's primary, is going to be able to figure out a primary aggressor if he doesn't have the whole story all by himself.
No, you're absolutely right.
Okay.
So we just wanted to wait for further guidance, keep the peace until y'all got here. So we'll go on and get them.
All right. And then I'm going to have these guys help me pull everybody out of the house right now.
I got you.
Okay.
So there should only be 3 people in the house.
Well, no, they just went back in. Why don't we get everybody out of the house so Rosado can start talking to people because he's the one.
All right, so let's go.
He's primary.
Come on, ending contact. Come on.
go ahead and tell you right now, and you can be pissed at me if you want. I am taking him to jail.
A domestic violence incident occurred involving a couple with a history of ongoing conflict. Tensions escalated around Thanksgiving, including an altercation with a family member and concerns over medication. The male partner was arrested for trespassing and damaging property.
Hey, are you?
Good.
You Mr. Proctor?
Yeah, I called about reporting of domestic violence.
All right, what's going on?
Me and my girlfriend have been getting in fights recently. Thanksgiving, we had a falling out at her parents' house. Her daddy came running up the stairs, cussing me, threatening me, and we ain't been good since. They have an abusive relationship, and he's been being weird with that since then. We've been getting off, so I was going to leave. We talked about it last night. I'm getting my stuff together to leave, and then she starts blocking the door while I'm trying to get my stuff together to leave. And
you live here as well?
Yes.
All right, who all lives here?
Me, Nikki, and my 2 roommates live upstairs.
Okay. So,
I'm her roommate.
I got you. So, what's your name?
Nikki.
All right, so Nikki and Ben. All right, gotcha. Okay, so what I can do is right now there's one of me, there's another one coming, but in the meantime I can take one at a time and talk to you, get you information until the other officer gets here, and then we can kind of take our time to get around to everybody. If you want, since I've already started with him, I'll continue.
I'm just saying, this is her house. He's not even on the lease.
Being on the lease. Okay, hey, okay, we're not going to argue about the lease has.
And I have a past history with her. She doesn't like me to begin with.
Okay, so here's the thing: is what I'm going to do is while you two young ladies are waiting for me to get to you, I'm going to give you some stuff if you don't mind writing just a statement, giving you information about what's happened. I'm going to grab it real quick for you. And that way you can start writing a statement if you'd like to write a statement as well while I'm talking to him. When I get done with him, I'll go to whoever's next, okay? And that way we're kind of working at one time while I'm working around to you. That's fine?
I just want him to leave.
Well, and that's all right. So just while y'all are sitting here, if y'all don't mind, just writing me a statement, kind of what's happened today, your involvement, anything you witnessed, just your names, information, if you don't mind. I've only got the one clipboard. Okay. And that way, while I'm talking to him, you guys can kind of be writing stuff down.
If we go inside?
That'll be fine. Okay. All right. That way we can kind of keep everything dissolved and at bay if we can. All right. So since Thanksgiving, you guys have not been good, right?
Not great. We've been trying to work, but she's got real bad body.
Do you know if she's been properly diagnosed? Or
Yeah, she is, and she doesn't take any of her medication like she's supposed to. Any anxiety, depression, any of that medication. She uses it recreationally, basically. She takes it whenever she's just feeling down.
Is your first name Benjamin?
Benjamin Clayton Proctor. It says 6'3" to 195 pounds. I'm 6'4".
No, you're fine. Just name, date of birth. That's all I need from. Or what? No, so you said Benjamin Proctor, and your date of birth is. Good phone number for you.
912-547-3375.
All right. So, have you been staying here since things have kind of gone sideways with you?
We've been staying here since before that. We were actually in a different apartment together, and the whole time I was trying to get my own apartment, and she wouldn't let me. I was working in construction at Harco Contracting under Jeffrey Harden out there in Bloomingdale, out towards Pooler. She made me quit that job to get a job working more money at Griffin.
All right.
And then once I got at Griffin, let's see what I got here. Once I got at Griffin, she didn't like how many hours I was working, so I quit that and started working at Ruby Tuesday with her. And then she didn't like how much money I was making and would always make a deal out of that and then say money's not an issue. And then things just kept getting sideways. And we've been talking about splitting, and neither of us really wanted to commit to it. And about the time we decided we were going to, this happens. And also have our history with the other girl, Anna Marie. We went to school together, and then she had a thing for me whenever we first got out, and then that didn't work.
All right. So did you stay here last night?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so y'all woke up today and started, I guess, disagreeing, and then you said, you know what, I'm gonna get my stuff.
Yeah, we already agreed that we were going to leave, and we were having disagreements on how that was going to happen, because she had lost the keys to my car for the longest, and I was looking in them today, they weren't in here. So she said I'd left them in my car, and I couldn't find my keys for about the last 4 months now, so I haven't been able to use my car since about right before Thanksgiving, whenever I lost those keys. And all my money I was making was going into her bank account, so I didn't have any access to the money to get another set made. And anytime I asked her, she just kind of pushed it to the side. And I just wanted to leave.
There are 2 young ladies inside that I've got witness statements I'm filling out just because there was 3 of them wanted me. If you want to go start just talking to them and just kind of see what they got to say. I haven't even talked to them yet. He was already in here in the parking lot, so I just started with him. And then once I'm done here, I'll meet y'all inside if that works.
Okay, it's 92?
Yeah, they got some statements to fill out. All right, so you ready to leave? And you said that y'all were in her room, or?
Yeah, and then the door frame's busted because as I was coming back in, I put my chair in there, and she said something that just pissed me off, and I shoved it, and it did hit the desk and make a dent on the wall. Whenever I shoved the chair into my desk, I didn't think it was going to do that. That was on me. But then after that, as I was coming back out, because I came back out to get my tool set to take my chair apart so I could fit it in my car, she locked the door as I'm walking in it. And as I'm pushing into it, I bust the door frame down. Like I pushed into it like hand and knee, just like as I was walking through it. And I was walking mad and quick. I wasn't like intentionally trying to bust it.
All right, so you got locked out of the room?
Yeah, as I was trying to just get my chair, and that's like a $600 chair I was just trying to get. And I told her that's all I was doing was getting that chair, and then I'm leaving.
Okay. You got everything else of yours out of the apartment, or?
Yes, ma'am. I have everything that I need right now. Everything that besides a few clothes and stuff, but that's all I really need. Okay. I just didn't want to leave my chair or any of that more expensive stuff over here.
All right. Now, I mean, I understand the majority of today, to my understanding, was verbal. It was just a lot of arguing back and forth.
The only physical was like with it, like through a door with it being locked and walking through it. None of that was.
Nothing got physical between the 2 of you. No throwing of items. No shoving of stuff.
I mean, I like toss something on a desk dramatically, but nothing more than that. No.
All right. I mean, she's really upset about whatever, so I don't know if that's just because it's just.
I get very vocal and ugly whenever I get mad, but no, I didn't get physical. But I did kind of go out of line with what I was saying. I got real bad temperament issues, and that's why I was just trying to leave. Okay. It's hard. She's been through a lot, and we're trying to make it work. I love her a lot, but it's too much at this point now.
Do you have somewhere else to go?
I can go to my buddy's house or my parents' house. Neville's are right across town. Either way, it wouldn't be an issue. They wouldn't see me again. I got everything I need.
Do you have a key to the apartment?
I know my buddy's either home, or if not, I have a spare key at my parents' house that I can get into there.
Well, I meant like here. Do you have a key here?
No,
okay.
Nothing.
How long have y'all been living here?
Since August.
All right.
Prior to that, it was at Southern Downs over Georgia Avenue.
How long were y'all together? How long have you been together all overall?
Close to 2 years.
And now, when you told her you wanted your stuff, was she like hesitant to let you have it? Was she willing to let you have it?
I don't know. It was weird. It's weird because she gets like halfway scared of me when I get angry and stuff, but I don't see myself like that, and I know I don't get physical. So I don't know. It was probably a mix of both, just not wanting me around.
Well, let me go in there and see what they're saying too, and then that way, if we need to, we can at least stand by while you collect what you need.
I have everything I need. It'll just be leaving.
Okay. Do you have the chair as well that you talked about?
Here, I already took it apart. I was taking that apart while she was making a scene for a roommate.
What was the roommate's involvement?
She just heard us arguing all the time whenever we would argue, and so she doesn't like me. And it was like I said, I do say sour stuff and get out of line with that, but I try to make amends with that.
Did she try to like intervene, get between you guys?
She never does any of that. She just listens.
All right. I'm gonna go and pop my head in, kind of see what's going on in there, and then I'll come back out before anything else, and then kind of get everybody up to speed. And then if it means that we kind of formulate some sort of plan to try to help you guys moving forward, we can.
Sorry about me smoking. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
No, you're fine. Because there's many situations we're in this way where I can say, you know, you got all your stuff, you probably don't have to come back. The person or involved parties will say, I'm done, I ain't talking to him, I'm not going back, I'm not doing this. And then here we are like an hour later because we've changed our minds. And I understand you guys.
Hey, how you doing? You care if I come in?
No, of course.
Okay. So who's the one that was in the verbal dispute?
Me.
You were? Okay. Yeah. So you can come slow down.
Okay.
You're okay. And are y'all roommates?
Chair just broke.
Cool. Yeah, the bad one.
Yeah, that's bad. I'll put that one on.
Okay. So you want to tell me kind of what's going on? If y'all want to keep on filling out the witness statements, you can as well.
I don't really know what to put right here.
Were you present when any of this was going on?
No, but I've been living here. I've heard he's trying to say that he's trying to lie about Nikki. He's saying that she hit him and she was the one that was abusive.
Okay, so I mean, just
She said he's just lying. He's lying up there. So I just don't know what to write.
Okay, so I mean, have they just been verbal disputes, or?
No, I didn't want to say anything because I don't want
him like hit her, and then her being like, "Please stop! Like you're hurting me," and him just still doing it. I've heard a bunch of stuff. I live my room's right there, and they're across the hall.
Okay, you've heard all, but have you ever seen any of it? And I'm not doubting you at all. It's just you never physically seen it with your eyes. Okay, so I mean, just put down what you've heard, put down that things that he's saying. If you believe they're lies, then put that down. Okay. And just put factual stuff that you know and can say is true. Okay. And then
I'm too shaky, right?
you're okay. Just there's a lot going on right now. Just try and take a deep breath.
I didn't want to call anybody because, like, I do love him. We've been together for almost 2 years, and I do love the hell out of him. But like, I kept telling, and this has happened before. Like, we've gotten a fight because there was no. I tried so hard to prevent it from happening because it was last night when I brought up us breaking up. I just told him, like, I'm not happy anymore. He's very, like, verbally abusive. He said a lot of things. He gets very violent, and you see how big he is, and he just tries to be scary. He'll get up in my face and, like, punch next to my head, so, like, he's not actually touching me. But then when I, like earlier, I was, like, in the bathroom trying to get some stuff, and he tried to slam the door, and I stood in the front of it, because I'm like, stop slamming stuff, like, we have roommates, like, stop. And he pushed me, and he kicked me in the leg until I fell to the ground so he could shut the door. And then he has some stuff, and he's bringing it outside, and his, like, one of his chairs, he can't fit in his car, so he brought it back in, and instead of just bringing it back in, he slammed it, and it hit a desk into my wall and broke my wall. And then I tried to shut the door while he went out, and he wanted to turn around and like body slam the door and broke my door frame in half.
Okay.
And I just wanted him to leave. Like, I don't want anything to happen. I love him. I want him just to go to his mom's house and just stay there and calm down, because he has a history of this. Like, he has a history of being angry, and then that's the reason we haven't broke up, because I've been so scared of this happening, because I know he's gonna lie about me, and I don't want it. I've never done anything wrong. Like, I'm a clean slate. I don't do drugs. I'm in school. I'm an engineering major in school. Like, I've never done anything wrong. And I just don't want. I don't want him in trouble either, because at the end of the day, I've always loved him.
At the end of the day, you need to look at what's best for you, though. And you gotta understand that. And that means that him not staying here, him not being in your life, that's up to you. But at the end of the day, it comes down to what's best for you.
I know, and that's why I tried to get him out amicably. Like, I wouldn't even tell my mom what was going on, because I didn't want her to have this bad vision of him.
Yeah. Do you have, y'all have your IDs on you?
In my room, yeah.
Okay.
Was a domestic abuse apartment last year that he was in, and I think nothing was happening at that time. Maybe someone heard it before and called it later. Like, I don't know.
Alright, I've got his end of the situation and his version of the story.
I'm inside. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That should be good that they're here. Okay. Okay. Love you.
Alright. Yeah, sorry. I know you've probably told her everything, but I'm gonna unfortunately have to ask to kind of give you at least the highlights of what you've discussed with her as well.
We've been in a relationship since August of 2021. I guess. Things have just never been good. Like, they really haven't. He's very mean, very big, very scary, and whenever he does something that maybe he doesn't like that I do or whatever, he like gets really big and scary and will like punch next to my face because he wants to be intimidating. Last night I decided that I was going to bring this conversation because he was in a good mood. I was like, you know what, let me bring this conversation when he's in a good mood, because I feel like usually this conversation happens when we're both in a fight. And I've been thinking about this for a while because he is very abusive, verbally and physically. And I decided I was gonna, he decided to make a big deal at 3 in the morning and slamming doors. He's leaving. He also broke, not last night, but in previous times, he broke my rear view mirror. He broke my visor last night. He kicked my like the whatever it's called to reverse. He kicked it out of my car because he said I'd just threatening to kill him. But all I said was, I'm going on a drive, either get out or stay. Like, I just need to get out of here. And he was like, well, I'm just gonna kill myself. And I was like, please, for the love of God, take me with you. Like, joking, obviously, but I wanted to get out of the situation. And he kicked it, broke my car, $12,000 in repairs, that kind of, it's just constant. And then last night we had this talk, whatever. Finally, I brought him in the house because I was like, this is not what I wanted to do. Like, it wasn't supposed to be at 3 in the morning type of thing. It was supposed to be a conversation, and because he was calm until he wasn't. And then, I'm sorry, I'm in circles. And then this morning, I paid almost $300 for him to get the key back in his car because he lost the keys. He wants to say that I stole them or I threw them away or whatever, but like, why would I just spend $300? I did that. Spend that to get his car fixed. I went and got gas in his car so he could leave, so we could have some space. And he just wouldn't, like, and he came in to get his stuff and everything, and he was just mean. And then, like, I have a dog, so I'm, like, obviously, like, not wanting him to get hurt because he has before. And so I'm, like, put him in the crate, and then I go to the bathroom, and he's talking to me. So I'm standing in front of the door, and he wants to slam it. And I wouldn't move because I was like, you need to stop slamming stuff, you're going to break something. And then he kicked me to the ground, and I slammed the door, and I sat on it, and I cried, and I called my mom. And then finally he kind of leaves, and I told him, I said, and I texted him because I was like, he has a bunch of stuff still here, and I was like, do you want me to leave this here, or do you want to come get it later when you cool down? And he storms back in the house, gets it, thought he could fit in his car, couldn't, so then he ran in my room, threw it into my desk, put a hole in my wall, and he went back out again, so I like freaked out because that was scary, so I kind of closed my door, and he decides, and I was kind of standing in front of it trying to breathe, and he ran into it and broke the frame off my door.
Was it locked?
No. Like, he very easily could have just opened it, and I would have been in front of it, but, like, he would have just pushed it, and I would have moved, or I would have told him, please stop. Like, if someone's standing in front of a door telling you to stop at their apartment, I'd be like, they should.
Which bedroom is yours?
This one right here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can't do that.
It takes more effort than one would think to get one of these open like that.
He slammed the door into the wall. Obviously, it's not that big of a deal, but it's, like, scary.
Well, it is a big deal because he's out here. Guess who's going to pay for that?
I pay for everything. He doesn't have a job, doesn't even have a license. Like, I drive him everywhere. I paid for everything because he wanted to go back to school.
Chair or something in the wall.
Yeah, it was like this. It was right there.
So he just, what did you shove it into?
He shoved the chair, like, from the door.
Okay. Now, I know that you mentioned it's gotten physical in the past. Has it ever been reported to us?
No, because I love him, I guess. I was telling her, hey, Mom, it's okay. I was telling her last year at our old apartment, there was domestic abuse called on us. But nothing was happening, obviously, at that time. So I don't know if that was like a, oh, we think he's not home, let's call.
Well, it's like I'll tell people pretty frequently. All right, so you've expressed multiple times that his voice is quite scary and very loud, right? Imagine being on the other side of that wall and hearing that.
And that's what my roommate says
Yes.
all the time. She hears it constantly, and like,
It's scary.
I
Yeah.
have text messages to show how mean he is, even from today. He likes to call me a whore and slut and all these things. He tells me he's gonna put it. I have texts if you want to see them of him telling me he's gonna hit on me.
Is the majority, if not all of his belongings, are they out of this apartment?
The only thing that is his mom gave me the bed, the dresser, the nightstand.
So it's not his, though.
But I don't know if I told him, like, give me 2 days and I'll buy some more. You can have it.
Do you have a decent relationship with his mother, or?
I'd like to think so, but obviously that's his his mom.
Is it his stuff or stuff that his family has just kind of given to you guys to use?
I don't know. Like, it was in his bedroom back home, but like he moved in with me, so they like got rid of it. They didn't need it, but like you can literally see. This is just from when he left.
This morning?
At 12:31. Like like he got me kicked out of my family's Thanksgiving by trying to fight my dad, and then he said, "Put my chair outside and I'll slit your neck."
Alright. So, what I'll need y'all to do, if you don't mind, is to continue writing out these statements. If there's anything of value of his in here,
everything that's been his is I bought. Like, he had a whole computer set up that I bought that I let him take. Like, this has been, I was trying to be as amicably as possible. Like, money doesn't matter to me. Like, I can always get a new door frame. I can get a new computer. I can get all that stuff. I just wanted him to leave kindly, and maybe we fix this later, but he just didn't leave.
So, just so that I'm clear, because I'm pretty sure I am, but I'm going to just go through it one more time. The door was shut. Did he knock?
No.
Did he try to twist the door handle?
I don't know.
Did he come into this house already pissed off? And,
yes.
And did you think he used a shoulder, or?
I think so, both his hands, like seconds before he threw that chair in there, and that's why I got up and stood in front of the door, because I went to shut it, because first of all, like I said, I have a dog. I don't like him running all over the place, and second of all, I was scared, and like, I would rather a door be between us. Like, the whole day I've been trying to lay in my bed and ignoring him, but he's calling me names, like, pushing me, coming up and, like, taking my stuff, and it just got too much. And, like, I'm missing class right now. Like,
I mean, this probably doesn't have a definite answer for sure, but as far as moving forward, are you done with him?
Yeah.
Would you like him to serve criminal trespass for this apartment?
No.
Okay.
I don't want any charges on him.
Well, and I understand that, but being the fact that y'all are in an intimate relationship and he does live here, that's not for you to decide right now.
It's like, this is me, like, he's not on the lease, he's on nothing.
Does that matter? Where does he come every night, on a normal day, where does he come and lay his head?
Here.
If I said, Mr. Carter, what's your address, what would he tell me?
He doesn't even know this address.
But this is where, he would say, I live in Hawthorne, apartment 92.
Probably.
This, lease or not, he's established this is his residency, okay? No, that's why I'm at. So he's established this as home, and whether he's on the lease or not, it's just like every couple. I mean, the wife owns the home, and the husband moves in. That is his residence. Now, just because his name's on the mortgage, does that make it any less his home? No. So that's a similar situation with a residency in a situation such as this.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So just because he's not on the lease does not mean that this isn't still home for him. This is where he comes to lay his head. This is where his belongings are. This is where he would consider home. And because of that, this situation is going to change things a little differently than in most situations. In a typical situation, if you said you got to go, and he said, no, this is my home, I could not, nor could you forcefully make him leave. Now, in a situation where it wouldn't have escalated to this point, you'd have to serve him an eviction through the magistrate court in order to formally remove him from this home.
Question. I'm so sorry. But on Henley properties, it's not allowed to have these, like, not allowed to be here. So,
correct.
So how is that?
All of it still very much applies.
But also,
even if we say that we also live here,
correct,
and we don't want him in here, he still
correct.
He still
by law.
Isn't it? But this is just me. Like, actually, I don't know. Isn't it by law that he has to have mail sent here? Because he could be lying and saying, like, obviously he's not, but, like, this is just me also. Like, I don't ever want to be put in this situation again.
Right.
Like, if he, like, who says, like, he could also say that he's been living at 93 Hawthorne Court.
Temple.
Like,
and if all of his...
Because none of this stuff is here. You have no proof, like, there's nothing saying he's here.
Correct. But everybody has agreed, as well as him, that this is where he's been living.
Yeah. Okay. I understand.
Residency isn't necessarily, like I said, on paperwork. It doesn't mean that he has to have mail sent here. Now, if it's questionable and we have to start digging, you know, so they're never here, okay, none of their stuff's here, they say they live here, then we might start furthering into, did they get mail, did they do this? But, you know, even y'all said y'all lived somewhere else previous, and then he kind of moved into here as well, and you guys are both kind of sharing the space. It's a hairy situation that gets handled within a court system, but as far as one would be concerned, I would say even though he's not on the lease, regardless of what Henley property it says is okay or not okay, this would be considered a residence. This for him. And so that's kind of what that plays into. Okay. But because of the situation, it has escalated to this point. Now we've got property damage, which you will be responsible for, whether you've got the money to pay for it or not.
Yeah.
Whether you care if it's a big deal or not, we've still got damage. Behavior such as this, whether it be that you have boyfriends, girlfriends, cousins, sisters, family, friends come over, when property starts getting damaged and it gets reported, especially when it's on the radar of Henley Properties, if there's enough of this that occurs and it's enough of a problem, they can evict you from the property because of the amount of damage and the negative police presence. So, but the reason I'm asking about the criminal trespasses is basically what it is I explained to him that he is no longer allowed to own this property, cannot come back to this apartment. This apartment, he goes to jail for simply returning. If that's something you would be interested in. Now, understand with that, if he does have property here, there is a correct way to do it. And that is either he call or you call and say, he does have property here, he and I are no longer an item. Can an officer either stand by, or his family can come on his behalf to collect his belongings, or your family, or however you arrange it, mutual friend, family, whatever, that he can, and he does have the right to his property.
Yes.
So if that's something you guys can arrange, whether it be like I said with friends or family, or we have to come stand by, we'll kind of be here to mediate if that's what needs to be done so that he can collect whatever is left of his. But if he gets served the criminal trespass, he cannot just simply show up. He can't do this, and that. Like, it needs to be permission to come get the belongings. If that be, ideally him not being here would be the best option. But if it means that we stand here so that he can collect it so that you can truly go your separate ways, that is an option as well. So if you would like him served criminal trespass, we can absolutely do that.
What does that just mean? That that's just he just can't come back? There's nothing gonna be on him or anything?
I mean, it means he's just been told he's not allowed to return to this property.
So he can't, I'm saying this is he goes to get a job, is that gonna...
No, it's just paperwork in our computer system.
Okay,
so that if we come back over here in 2 days because your ex-boyfriend's over here banging on the door, he won't leave, he's been served criminal trespass, we get over here, he's out here, he goes to jail for just being on the property because he's already been told and explained he cannot come back.
I would like that.
Okay, I'll make sure he gets served that as well. I've taken pictures of this. If y'all will continue working on your statements for me, and then I'll get those as well afterwards.
So he won't be able to come back. Because I'm just nervous because I'm scared that he's gonna be malicious to my animals or.
Well, that's what we were discussing with the criminal trespass. So he's going to be asked to not come back.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I live here.
So I'm going to go out there and discuss the criminal trespass with him. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now, and you can be pissed at me if you want, I am taking him to jail. The extensive history between you two, the property damage in itself, is concerning. And so this is, and understand, this is not your choice, this is mine, okay? And
I didn't even want to call you guys.
Well, I would rather you call me this way than me coming in here because now you're dead. Okay? So if you want to be pissed at me, I'll give you my card and you can cuss me when I leave. I don't care.
I know you're doing a really good job.
Like I explained before, in a situation when it's a domestic situation, being that y'all lived here, if you have children together or whatever it is that it would constitute an intimate relationship. If the victim doesn't want to press charges, the state of Georgia, being me, I have the choice to override your decision and I can take him to jail. Correct. I'll explain all of it to him. I have absolutely no issue with that whatsoever. Obviously, he's not driving. I believe he's still out there.
He is.
Obviously, he's not driving, so his car will be out there. I will allow him to lock it. Please, 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 do not touch it.
Can you move it from right there to over there?
I cannot drive it. We're going to leave it there for the time being.
He always has to say that because we have such limited parking, and he's right there.
I understand. And if that's something that he wants to give you or someone else permission to do, I cannot move it. But for the time being, we'll lock it up. We'll leave it there. And then if he's got family or you've got family or someone, I can ask him if he wants to leave the key. He doesn't know yet he's going to jail. Okay? He has no idea.
No idea.
No clue.
I'm so...
So understand that situations that get to this point, not only does it put you at risk, it puts your roommates at risk, it puts your family at risk.
He's like I said, he said he was going to put it in on me. He literally told me last night that he already put one on my path.
He doesn't know anybody that he's going to take a hit on anyone. I can tell you by looking at him right now.
That's what though.
He doesn't know what he explained to me and said it multiple times. He has one of these right here and he likes to go off at the mouth and he says a lot of things.
He lies constantly.
Well, and for the most part, the stories that you both given me match up-ish. The argument started over, a discussion of where the relationship was going. Ultimately, he decided to collect some belongings, began to put it in the car. His version is obviously different than yours, but ultimately the damage to the door was as a result of the door being shut. Now his version said the door was locked. He got pissed and like, I guess, went to push it open thinking it was unlocked, and that's what broke the door hand or the door frame. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, they do not break that easy. Okay, if you go to try to unlock one of these doors that's locked and you go to walk into it like that, it's not going to break it. All right. So regardless of whether you locked it or you didn't, well, I'm taking him. Yeah, I'm taking him. It's my choice. I'll take him to jail. I honestly, it's one of those things that if it saves more grief for families and for friends, it's fine for me. All right, it's my choice. It's not yours.
I guess
He's not going to be there for a long time, Nikki. It'll be fine.
Understand you will not be allowed to bond him out. Okay. So, and I know that I'll make sure to stress that, because a lot of the people that in a situation such as this, some I've seen that are just much worse, and the female is more pissed at me than maybe the male or vice versa, whoever I'm locking up, because they don't want their other half going to jail and they're upset with me for doing it. They will try to go bond him out, but you will not be eligible to do that. Well, I think 18 is the, I would get. I've never even had to ask that question, to be honest with you, but just in case that's something that's crossed your mind, they won't let you do it because you're the victim, okay? I'm going to include pictures, the statements, if you don't mind, y'all just finishing them up for me, and then, you know, make sure I'll get those and take them, but he's going to Bullitt County Sheriff's Office. His car will be here unless something else is figured out. I can ask if he wants to leave the keys. Maybe he can call a parent or friend to come get it. However, if it is left here, I know it's a pain, I know it's not the ideal spot. If it's left here, please don't mess with it. Nobody damage it. Nobody try to break into it. I've said this before, and we literally had to lock up a young lady for breaking into her ex-boyfriend's car, and then burglary for breaking into his apartment after I took him to jail. So I say all these things because in the past I have said them again, and it was not heard.
Is this, I think I'm kind of scared.
No, you do not need to be scared of him. He's going to the jail.
I'm not saying that, but like,
there will be a bond agreement. So when it comes time to somebody does find it in their heart to bond him out, part of the terms of his bond will include an explanation from the jail that says, you understand you are not to be around her. You understand you are not to communicate with her. You understand that you are not to go to the home. You understand that you are not to interact with her whatsoever at all. So that's the terms of his bond. That's his agreeing. That's what he's getting in exchange for his freedom. Okay, so he's not supposed to talk to you when he gets bonded out. I recommend you go ahead and just block his number.
okay.
Don't communicate. If it means you also speak with your family and say, hey, look, he's going to the jail for what happened today. You know, that's where he's going to be. If he tries to reach out to you guys, starts being threatening or whatever, the more that he does, the more charges he's going to end up collecting. So the best thing he can do is when I tell him that it's time to go, best thing he's going to do is going to get them handcuffs. He ain't going to give me a problem. That's what. Do you have one in yours? My form is there. All right. So she kind of gave me a rundown on everything that happened today. Ultimately, you both were on the same page, and being that.
I'll pay for everything.
Well, but y'all are on the same page for long term, and that means that y'all don't want to leave. Y'all are wanting to go your separate ways.
Yeah.
All right. So I understand there might be some miscellaneous items of yours inside the apartment still.
Any of that would be handled a few weeks from now after things.
Right. Well, and like I explained to her, so.
Okay, I'm listening.
The property inside is yours. You are entitled to your property. All right. I've explained to her as well. Do not deprive him of it. Now, what she has requested per the, I'd say, concern as well with the roommates is it's called a criminal trespass. Okay. This is just a piece of paper.
Okay, can I get restraining orders on everyone that lives there, though?
Okay, we don't do restraining orders.
Okay, well, who am I going to get with?
Okay, you're going to have to get with the judge.
Okay, word.
So, this is what this is, all right? So, this is a criminal trespass warning, all right?
I know how those work, you're fine.
Okay. So, then if you understand that works, please make sure you regurgitate that to me so that I understand that you understand.
Yeah, I read all this, I put my information down, I sign it, acknowledge I'm not allowed to come back on this premise.
You can read it if you want to.
Yeah.
But your name, information, you just need to explain, or you need to acknowledge to me and that you understand that you are not coming back over here.
Yeah, I understand that. I won't.
Outside of coming back over here, you ain't gonna get in trouble for being over here. But after you acknowledge that you know you're not supposed to be here and you come back, even if she invites you, you can get in trouble. Now, I also, like I was going with the property, all right? Your stuff's here.
We have mutual friends we can handle it through.
I offered that option as well as family. If you are fine coming over here getting it, call us.
Okay.
We'll stand over here. We'll let you go in and grab what you need to if you don't have friends or family willing to do that on your behalf.
Okay.
But what I need y'all to do is to just, at this point, is just leave each other alone.
Yeah,
okay?
cool down, I got you.
Before somebody gets really hurt. So, once that's done, you understand that you just don't come back over here. If she tries to call you over here, tell her, look, you understand I've signed that criminal trespass. I can't come over there. This is indefinite. All right?
Okay.
It goes into the system for all of time.
Yeah.
Even if she doesn't live here. All right? You can't come back over to this apartment.
Yep. I do it from my address, correct? Out top?
That'll be fine.
Okay.
Whatever will come back on your driver's license will likely be the address that...
Okay, that's what I was making sure.
Is that where your parents live?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a little sloppy,
That's fine.
but you can tell what it means.
Yeah, you just sign on the...
You want me to? Okay,
No, just sign on the X.
Okay.
Yep. Simply just acknowledging that you understand what's being asked of you.
Yes, ma'am.
If I were in a situation like this, I'd want to know where I wasn't allowed to be.
Yeah.
That seems fair, right?
I got you.
Any questions about this whatsoever?
No. I mean, the contacting is going to be through the restraining order that I'm going to get, so that's fine.
Restraining orders are going to be...
I got how those work. I got it.
Yep.
With the judge.
So that's going to be handled in the court system. We don't do anything with the restraining orders. Criminal trespass situations involve property, so houses, apartments, locations of such. Okay. A restraining order covers a person. A person is not handled through us. That's going to be handled through a court system.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to turn around. Put your hands behind your back for me.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to go to jail today for criminal trespass, family violence. All right, for the damage done to the apartment and the door, as well as the wall. Understand this is not her choice, all right? She's asked me not to do this. However, state of Georgia, that would be me. We'll be taking you to jail for that today, okay?
Okay.
The state of Georgia has the choice in a situation like this, a domestic violence situation, on whether or not to press charges. I have chosen to press charges today, all right? I've explained to her your car will be here. If you've got a friend or family or somebody that would be willing to come pick it up, I can leave a key here, or you can leave it secure.
Can we just go to the prison now? We're good. I know how this works.
Okay. I'm trying to...
Yeah, my car's here. I can get someone to come get her and get towed.
Okay, I'm trying to offer your options. If you don't want to hear them, that's completely fine with me as well. But what I'm doing...
I'm sorry I'm getting short with you. I know.
I'm trying to make sure you understand, all right? I've been as kind as I can. I thought I've done a good job explaining and being calm with everybody here, okay? I've explained to her, don't touch the car. Don't move the car. Don't break the car. Don't break into the car. That goes to all the roommates as well. They've been explained to thoroughly not to touch it. If it's going to be here, if it's not locked and you have a key, I'm happy to lock it for you to make sure it's secure.
I think the key is either sitting in there or in one of my pockets.
Okay.
In the front seat. Can you check my pockets?
Sure. Well, I got to search you anyway. So here, if you walk up against the car right here, that way.
Gotcha. Wallet. There might be a vapor lighter in there, and then my vapes and lighters in the other pocket.
All right, so this stuff ain't gonna go to the jail. I'm happy to put it in the car for you if you want it to go there.
Yeah, just if we can, just lock it all up. Like put it all in the front seat, under the front seat, and then
we'll make sure your stuff's secure.
Okay, I'm just telling you, and then there's going to be a key right there on the front seat somewhere, or in the thing. Can you just pop the gas tank and just let it in there halfway open?
All right.
Can I look? Can you mind if I look?
That's fine. Go ahead if you want to.
Okay. It might be. It's in the English, and that's what that beeping means.
Okay.
So
this right here, we'll put these in there. Do you have cash in your wallet?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, just be sure. I'm making sure that way you can see everything's in here, your ID's in here. Yeah. That way, when it goes to jail with you, you know it was in it. All right.
These are all gonna be on the floorboard, and then you.
Can you? There's the latch on the bottom that says push at the bottom where the feet by feet go, right there. Can you push that down, and then just put it in there on the gas tank.
All right. Floor. You walk over here with me. Passenger side will be fine.
You want the car?
Ma'am, just don't close it all the way, please.
Yeah.
They've been advised not to touch, so you come back out here to scratch. They've been advised not to touch it, so if you come back out here, it's scratch damage, property's missing, car is gone outside of your permission from whoever you've given it to come get it, let us know. I tried to make sure.
How do I get in this?
Here, I'll show you. No, you're fine. What you'll do, put face towards me.
Yes, ma'am.
And then kind of like, I would say squat down a little bit. Yep.
Okay.
Watch your noggin. It's not meant for tall people. I'm going to reach over here and buckle you up real quick. So I've made sure she understands as well. Just because you're the one going to jail today does not mean that she gets to steal, break, damage.
Okay. And there's going to be a bunch of countersuits on her dad for gang violence, threatening.
Well, and if that's something that you want to do, that's absolutely your right to do. I would recommend, as I have to her, that y'all just cease communicating with one another, because right now it's escalating between you guys, and it's escalating involving family, it's involving friends, and it's just getting out of hand.
I agree, and that's why I was trying to leave, but she has for months been not letting me leave. Anytime I offered and tried to, she's hidden my keys and trying to make me stay. So I don't see why I'm getting arrested for this whenever I've been trying to leave. And I offered to pay that stuff before they let me in.
And I understand that, and I commend you on that. However, it doesn't make the actions of breaking it okay.
But she slammed the door in my face as I'm walking through a door. How is that okay?
Was the door locked?
I think it was. As I went to turn the handle to walk through, it did not turn. No, that's what I told you before whenever you came out here.
Because she said it was unlocked.
Well,
and
she was in front of the door whenever she was locking it, whenever she slammed in my face. So how do you know she wasn't leaning against it?
Regardless, there's a way to open a door without causing the door frame to be broken.
And I was pushing and she kept that door handle from turning, and that's why the knob got stuck and pulled the wood. That's how that works.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Those doors are actually pretty secure, and it takes quite a bit to damage a door frame.
I'm a big
Ask
guy.
me how I know. You're not that big. Ask me how I know.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't put that much force.
Regardless.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Actions today were inappropriate between you guys, and and I know this isn't ideal, but let's just be glad this is where it stopped.
I agree.
Okay. It's been in that seat this week. We'll come to this one. Slow this down. It's here. All right. So I'll put my card here. Name, information, in case you need the report. Whatever. Number for this report if you need copies of it. Okay. Here's your phone as well. I'm gonna put that right there. They'll come over to you in just a sec.